What's up, Internet? This is the 84th Wolf, and welcome to another episode of Wolf Watches. Today, I'll be bringing you the next episode in my Death Battle catch-up week with Fairy Tail's Natsu versus One Piece's Ace, I believe it is. Now, we had a Death Battle with Fairy Tail and One Piece before, and, it was... I don't disagree. I'm a Fairy Tail person myself. I like his show. It's one of my guilty pleasures. But I understood why. I think it was Zero in that case with Erza. I understand how he won, and with that being said, it seems like much like my very first reaction video, the death battle between Digimon and Pokemon. It seems like each of them has different leveling, I guess you could say. Like, for example, in the Digimon versus Pokemon, the evolution of Pokemon is in a much smaller scale to that of Digimon. I felt like the Digimon one was a little overpowered and just wasn't really a fair fight in the end. But apparently, they're kind of doing the same thing here with what first they did was Zero and Fairy Tail. Now it's Natsu and Ace. Now, again, I don't know too much about One Piece, but I know a lot about Natsu. And, I mean, at base value, I'm going to give the edge to Ace. But at the same time, this could be like a redemption video, maybe. So, I don't know what they're thinking. I know some of these episodes are a little biased, or it seems that way with I'm saying. I think I've disagreed with like 2 or 3 episodes, but overall they've been pretty spot on accurate. So I'm excited to see what this one will bring us. And Natsu is one of my favorite anime characters. He may not be very smart, but he's freaking powerful. So, and like I said, it's a cheesy show, but I really like it. So let's go ahead and stop talking about it. Get right into the episode.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mr. J.
So I know doing all this merch marketing, like these 3 awesome Death Battle t-shirts, can get kind of stressful. So we added some new office amenities that I think will help take the edge off. Like the new office jacuzzi.
Gee, no thanks. You ever smelled a wet sloth before?
Alright, maybe a relaxing massage then.
Yeah, I
Why
got
do you want to eat
Alright, how about
whatever
a nice
he
hot
is?
sauna?
It's a fucking toast oven, Chad.
Mark Slothman, and I
Why do you want to eat a
sexiest
sloth?
shirt in the market, Death Battle shirts. You wear this, you're gonna find yourself in a sex battle. I don't know what that is, but I know you'll love it. Okay? Now click the link below and buy this shirt, or they're gonna eat me.
Screw attacks. Death battle.
In ancient times, the Greeks believed everything to be made of 4 elements: earth, air, water, and the most difficult to control, fire.
But these 2 combatants have mastered the art of playing with fire. Natsu Dragneel, the Dragon Slayer mage of the Fairy Tail Guild.
And Portgas D Ace, the feared pirate known as Fire Fist.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. In his infancy, Natsu Dragneel was a pretty normal child living in a pretty normal village.
And then a bunch of dragons toasted the town and killed everybody, including him. The end.
Almost. Fortunately, Natsu's older brother, Zeref, survived. Horrified by the violent fate of his family, Zeref desperately sought a way to revive Natsu. Eventually, he discovered the connections between life, death, and magic, and became obsessed.
And so he became the most evil and powerful mage ever, cursed to live forever and ruin everyone's lives. But everything worked out, I guess, because he brought Natsu back. Just one catch, Natsu had to be revived as a demon, though this gave him the potential to become even more powerful than Zeref.
Unfortunately, Zeref had become incredibly dangerous to be around. Fearing for his brother's safety, he left Natsu in the care of his friend Igneel, who just so happened to be the Fire Dragon King.
Natsu got adopted
very
by a
complex story.
freaking dragon. Kinda weird since the dragon killed him in the first place and his family. But whatever. Dragon Dad ended up teaching little Natsu Dragon Slayer magic, a school of mystical martial arts developed specifically to kill dragons. Wait, man, it's really back and forth with these dragons, isn't it?
Regardless, Igneel eagerly accepted his role as adoptive father. He taught Natsu how to read, write, and fight. But then when Natsu came of age, Igneel suddenly sent him through a time machine and poof! Before he knew it, Natsu was trapped 400 years in the future and abandoned by the only father figure he ever really knew.
I know that feel, little buddy. I know that feel.
Of course, it was all part of Igneel's plan to save the world, but at the time, Natsu didn't know that. Fortunately, it wasn't long before he found a new home and family among the mercenaries of the Fairy Tale Guild.
Yeah, turns out being a demon trained by a goddamn dragon made Natsu pretty effective as a bounty hunter.
Natsu possesses superhuman speed, impressive strength, and unbelievable durability. He has superior senses, such as sight and smell, along with a mastery of hand-to-hand combat skills.
Mix all that up with his fire dragon slayer magic, and you got one fiery cocktail that'll knock just about anybody on their ass.
As the name suggests, Fire Dragon Slayer magic revolves around conjuring and manipulating fire. A prime example would be Natsu's signature move, the Fire Dragon's Roar.
Where he literally shoots fire from
The
his mouth.
early
Or he can engulf his
animation
hand
for
in
this show
flames
was
for the
not very
devastating
good, but
Fire
after-
Dragon's Iron Fist.
After the first couple
We're
dozen
gonna be
episodes or
saying
so, it got
fire
really
a lot
good.
this episode.
Yep. Natsu has well over 24 different ways to incorporate fire into his martial arts.
And
but
he only
his real
keeps
strength
thinking of
comes
more.
from a move nobody ever really expects.
Yeah. He eats fire.
Like all mages in the fairy tale world, Natsu has a
That's a
limited
good
pool of magic,
point.
but
How
consuming
does
fire actually
fire work with
replenishes it.
Ace?
Not only that, he can consume
I
a
don't
few
know.
different types of elemental
Oh,
magic
man.
as well, including lightning.
Talk about a shocking appetite. And because this is anime, eating lightning gives Natsu access to an all-new form, Lightning Fire Dragon. With this, Natsu's abilities are enhanced with electricity, giving him a brand new element of power.
To increase his fire abilities, Natsu can enter Dragon Force. This greatly increases his Dragon Slayer magic and physical prowess, bringing Natsu closer to the strength of a full-grown dragon.
He's even starting to look like a dragon now. You think that's like an awful traumatic reminder when he looks at himself?
But when his Dragon Slayer abilities aren't enough, Natsu enters his strongest mode yet.
Oh yeah, the new
Fire Dragon King mode.
The
In
newest,
this form, Natsu has
form
access
that's
to
been in
techniques
the-
only the most
that's been in the
powerful of
manga.
dragons could wield, such as the Demolition Fist and the Fire Dragon King's Roar.
Jesus Christ, they're
At
going
his
that far
strongest,
into
he
the
can wipe
canon.
out exactly 973 soldiers all at once and create massive explosions so big they could wipe out a whole town.
Natsu's raw power is extraordinary, both magically and physically. He's strong enough to lift an enormous stone slab several times larger than himself. Comparing this stone to Natsu's height and compensating for the density of the stone, it's likely this block weighs about 135 tons.
Talk about never skipping arm day. He's also fast. He's fought in multiple battles where he's moved faster than the eye can see, putting him well over 9,000 miles per hour.
And when fighting opponents even faster than him, Natsu has used his keen observational skills and indomitable willpower to predict their moves and defeat them. He's pretty clever in battle, which is surprising given how headstrong and stubborn he can be.
Like any real fighter, Natsu prioritizes offense over defense, running in guns or, I guess, arms blazing.
Except this impulsive approach to fighting often leaves massive amounts of collateral damage in his wake. Remember how we mentioned his firepower could wipe out a whole town? Well, sometimes that's not completely intentional. In fact, this hasty
That's true.
attitude may be his greatest weakness.
Nah, his greatest weakness is how easily he gets motion sick. Put him on a moving car or boat and he'll be hurling in a matter of seconds. That flying cat following him around should start carrying vomit bags.
Yeah, that's one of the stranger downsides of Dragon Slayer magic. Natsu's dragon-like senses can overload his semicircular canals, creating a feeling similar to vertigo. But more importantly, Natsu has a bad habit of burning through his available magic rather quickly.
Yeah, but who cares? He can just chow down on some tasty flames or lightning to replenish his magic.
Just one problem. Consuming any fire or lightning that Natsu has created himself will not replenish his reserves.
Huh. Oh well, Natsu's still a badass. He really is the Fairy Tale
It
Guild
makes sense
trump card
because
for whenever things
your body
go south,
produces
and he
the energy to
continues
make
to
the
fulfill
fire,
his old
so
dragon
it wouldn't
dad's
make
wish
sense that
of
you use
making
the body
the world
to
a safer place.
charge up
by
fire,
setting it on
and then
fire.
you wouldn't get any more.
I think it's time
If
to
anything,
stop
you just
playing
recycle
around.
it.
Let's get down to the real fight. I'm gonna shatter you into a million pieces.
wealth,
All right,
fame,
now let's
power.
get over to
Gold D.
Ace.
Roger, the king of the pirates, obtained this and everything else the world had to offer.
And then he was brutally executed, leaving everyone to run off searching for the king's long-lost treasure, the One Piece.
However,
Oh, is that
unknown
what
to
it
most,
is?
Roger
That's why
left
it's
behind
called
an
that.
heir, albeit unborn. Terrified the Marines would execute Roger's son as well, the child's mother held her pregnancy for a total of 20 months. 20 months!
Holy
do you
mother
do
of
that?
hell! How does that even happen?
Sheer inconceivable willpower. Though she died in childbirth, her last act was to give her newborn son his name, Portgas D. Ace.
Soon after, Ace was adopted by an old acquaintance of his father, Monkey D. Garp, and raised alongside Monkey D. Luffy and his childhood friend Sabo.
Over time, Ace, Luffy, and Sabo grew very close, considering themselves brothers and together forging a lifelong
I thought
pact.
he was his brother.
They would forever live life as free as possible.
And for Ace, that meant following in his father's footsteps. It was the pirate's life for him.
Ace was a natural on the sea, thanks to his incredible strength and
550
combat
million
aptitude.
belly,
He
whatever
quickly
that
learned
is.
his way around the ocean, becoming the captain of his own ship in just a year's time, and eventually joining the ranks of the deadliest pirates around. He even claimed one of the world's most sought-after treasures, a devil fruit.
In the One Piece world, if you eat yourself a devil fruit, you get yourself a superpower. In Ace's case, he ate the Flame fruit, which, guess what? Granted him the power to create and control fire.
Never
But
would have
with
thought
new
that.
power comes a buttload of badass new ways to kill people. Get this guy's gun hands are actually handguns.
I mean, I guess that's accurate. That would
All
be
right.
Ace's fire gun ability, and it's just one of many attacks that Flame Fruit's power provides.
Man, I love my gun leg and all, but now I think I really need me some gun hands to go along with it.
Boomstick, sometimes I really wonder about where you came from.
The front door, like every day. Come on, Wiz, pay attention.
Anyway, these fire abilities are what earned him the nickname Fire Fist Ace.
Is he?
Because he
He's
can
got to
turn
be
his
immune to
punches
fire
into
too,
blazing
right?
balls of red-hot fire. Forget gun hands. Give me some of that.
Manipulating fire comes easy to Ace. He can conjure up enormous pillars of flame so intensely heated they can incinerate enemy projectiles, acting as a sort of fire shield.
He's also got some really weird names for his attacks, like Firefly, Fiery Doll, and St. Elmo's Fire. Man, when did Elmo become a saint?
No. Actually, that's referencing weather phenomena where plasma appears to discharge atop a pointed object. Ace's version is not like that at all. Instead, he conjures up 2 javelins made of pure fire and hurtles them through enemies, burning them inside and out.
Ooh,
Yeah, I'm gonna go with his version.
that's painful.
Firefly and Fiery Doll is a combination attack, where he creates several small balls of green plasma which surround a foe before detonating in a massive series of explosions.
He does have one
Damn.
attack with a really cool name, though.
Oh, what's that?
Crossfire, you'll get caught up in the crossfire, crossfire!
Of course. However, Ace's most powerful attack is undoubtedly his great flame commandment, Flame Emperor.
Which is a pretty big name for what is essentially a fiery spirit bomb. But good God, if you see that thing coming your way, don't even bother trying to run. You dead.
There's even more. See, the devil fruit Ace discovered was of a rare breed, a Logia fruit. Because of this, Ace also gained the ability to transform his entire body into fire.
When he's in flame-on mode,
So I
physical
wonder if
attacks
Natsu
pass
could
right
eat
through
him.
him like he isn't even there. And if his fire body is somehow messed up, like someone dropping a giant candle snuffer on him, his true human body would be totally unaffected.
Actually,
So
since
how do you-
receiving this power,
you
Ace has
paint?
only been badly hurt by other Logia users wielding an element with an inherent advantage over fire, such as magma or water.
Man,
how
it's
does,
like
how
he's
does Natsu
invincible.
hit him?
In a way, but it's not an automatic defense. Ace must make the conscious decision to transform his body.
But thanks to his blindingly quick reflexes, he's able to avoid almost any attack. He can even react quick enough to avoid a shot from a sniper.
In this instance, he was reacting to the gunman in view. Assuming this gunman was professionally trained, Ace would have needed to react in about a quarter of a second.
But who needs speed when your fire fist can blow apart 5 ships all at once?
Considering ships like these would likely be constructed of teak wood, to accomplish this, Ace would need to hit each ship with at least 15,000 pounds of force per square inch.
Damn.
So getting hit by Ace would be like getting hit with a wrecking ball. And when he throws more fire into the mix, he can wipe out an entire town.
Ace's last extraordinary quality actually has little to do with fire at all. If there's anything he inherited from his mother, it's his insane willpower and endurance.
He once fought a karate fishman for 5 straight days. Man, with that endurance, he's gonna make some lucky lad or lady real happy someday. Or, I guess he would have if he didn't. Oh, hey, heads up. Huge spoiler warning in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, he's dead. Like, totally dead.
Like many Logia users,
Alright.
Ace grew cocky in his ability to avoid being hit. In fact, he practically forgot what pain even felt like. And so, despite all of Ace's fantastic feats, his most impressive was when, for once, he chose to take a hit, sacrificing himself to save his brother, Luffy.
Damn. Would you do that for me, Wiz?
Oh, sure, of course.
You're a goddamn liar.
I can't allow that. I'll take care of this on my own.
Alright, so I don't know who has the edge.
All right, the combatants are set.
'Cause
Let's
he's
end this
immune to
debate
fire,
once
right?
and for all.
That was like the whole
But
thing.
first, all this talk of chowing down on some
If
scrumptious
he's immune
flames
to
is
fire,
making me
then I would
hungry.
give the edge to him.
Now, I'm a man
But
who likes a
Natsu
good
can eat
home-cooked
fire.
meal, but going out to buy or hunt my own food is a
And
hassle.
he does
if
have a
only
lot
there
of
was some
pretty
way
impressive
food could
feats
be brought
himself.
straight to me.
Good news, Boomstick. Introducing Blue Apron, the #1 fresh food delivery service in the country. Using only the freshest ingredients, Blue Apron delivers a
I
kit
can
of
vouch for
ready-to-cook
Blue
meals
Apron. They
straight
are
to your
really
door,
good.
along with easy-to-follow instructions.
Plus, the ingredients are perfectly proportioned, so it cuts down on waste, and you know you're using the right amount. On top of that, you can log into their website and select the upcoming meals that sound good to you, like the crispy salmon and roasted potato salad with pickled mustard seeds and cream fraiche sauce.
Plus, it does feel rewarding cooking new and exciting meals right in your own home. But don't just take our word for it. We want you to try it.
Because you're watching Death Battle, you can get 3 meals free with free shipping by heading to blueapron.com/battle.
Seriously, you will love how good it feels and tastes to create incredible home-cooked meals with Blue Apron. So don't wait. That's blueapron.com/battle.
But right now, it's time for a
A
Death
battle!
Battle!
Rock and roll.
Hey, you, thief, come back here.
Give that back, or you'll have to deal with me.
Nah.
That's
Eat
it.
the
I'm
bone.
gonna mess you up.
Alright, let's rock and roll.
Fire!
Fire Dragon Sword Horde!
Whoops.
Wait, are you seriously made of fire?
Sunflare!
Time to turn up the heat! Fire Dragon King's Roar!
I like the changing animation between the anime and this, what is it, 8-bit?
Fire Dragon King's Demolition Fist!
Fire burst! Not bad, hotshot. But you can't even touch me. Fire blast!
Oh no.
Fiery doll.
Yep, here it comes. Sucks up all the fire.
Wait, are you seriously eating fire? Try eating this!
Oh my god. He's just gonna eat that too. Or go right through it.
Like I said, you can't touch me.
I'm not trying to. Lightning Dragon Fire Mode! Lightning Fire Dragon Roar!
Oh my god. Jesus Christ! He got
All's well that ends well.
What was that? Incineration by lightning?
KO!
Ew! That's a burn if I ever saw one.
This battle was anything but clear-cut. Natsu held the advantage in speed and strength, and Ace trumped him in endurance and defense. Still, neither held an advantage so much that the other couldn't keep up.
Both were mostly immune to each other's fire attacks. Because fire is Ace's only real weapon, this means he really didn't have anything that could kill Natsu.
There it was.
Natsu was definitely strong enough to put Ace down, but with Ace's intangible fire form, Natsu couldn't even touch him. So, sounds like a stalemate.
Very nearly. Luckily for Natsu, he had an ace in the hole.
Hey, nice one.
Oh, thanks. Natsu has had far more combat training than Ace, and is known for using his superior senses to study his opponents and take advantage of their vulnerabilities.
My curses can change anyone stupid enough to touch me into a living bomb. No matter what I try, this human just consumes my curses. He might even be stronger than he was when this fight started.
When Ace realized Natsu could eat fire, he had to become more liberal with his true physical form to avoid being consumed. And this was what Natsu was counting on.
Being faster than the eye can track, Natsu was more than quick enough to get a good hit in up close.
A perfect opportunity to use a fast, deadly elemental weapon Ace's body wasn't immune to. Lightning.
There it is.
It's not like Natsu was gonna run
All
out
right.
of magic
I
or
can-
anything.
I can see it
mean,
now.
There's freaking fire everywhere.
As his speed, strength, martial arts, and versatility surpassed Ace, all Natsu
Yeah,
needed
there hasn't
was
been
one
any
good
fire
shot,
that Natsu
and he made
hasn't
it
been
happen.
able to
In
consume.
the end, Natsu was too hot for Ace to handle.
Do they have
Winner
to show
is
that again?
Natsu Dragneel.
Ooh. All right. So yeah, they bring up a good point. There has been times where Natsu hasn't been able to eat fire, but he's always overcome that. I mean, he may complain that the fire might taste bad, or it's or like the god fire. It took him a while to get used to it. But all in all, I mean, Ace didn't really have anything, and since I haven't seen One Piece, I didn't know like what awesome things. But listening to all the lists of his accomplishments, it seems like Natsu just had more and could do more. So, and once you realize that Natsu's pretty much immune to fire, and Ace is, his whole thing was all about fire, then it was game over. So that was pretty much it. It was pretty much if it boiled down to, could Natsu handle Ace's fire to eat, or for the body part of it to eat? Because if he couldn't, then this might have gone a different way. But Natsu just had too many advantages over Ace. So in terms of One Piece versus Fairy Tail, it's 1-1. So maybe they'll come out with a tiebreaker in the near future. But until then, this is the A4th Wolf, and I'll see you guys next time.